Hi everyone, welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. It's a little bit cloudy today. Still pretty warm. I thought I'd do it outside again because the birds sound so good. If you haven't watched it yet, watch my ASMR video yesterday of the birds. It sounded great. Sure sounds like spring to me. I'm not going to fill the feeders because it's supposed to rain. I thought I'd get out here and walk some because I think it's supposed to rain in about an hour or so. Uh-oh, I left the lights on out here. Hello. I got out here and cleaned up this stump here some. Looks a little bit better. You can see the ones that are surviving from last year. It's these right here. Get some of these dead ones out of here. So these will grow. Just cleaning them up a little bit. These here are looking a little better too. Just gotta keep them cleaned up a little. These will grow definitely. This is different than this one. I'm glad some of the things survived from last year. Of course, I'll plant some more. I'll have to plant some seeds out here, I imagine. You can see some of the seeds from last year. I put a lot of seeds in here as they died. I would crunch them up, put them down in, sprinkle them around. There's a little plant right there. I gotta clean it up some though so it's able to grow. I may have to put a little more dirt out here, I'm not for sure. But this had a big old plant grow out of it last year, if y'all remember. Big old, I call them stump flower plants. It was a good 5 foot tall, I'd say. I remember we had a bad windstorm and it knocked it over. I got very upset and I propped it back up, tied it up and everything, and it kept growing. I thought it was going to die, but it didn't. It's fairly warm out here. No wind. I love all these birds. It's just relaxing. I hear a woodpecker. They peck on these metal poles. I think they can peck on like it's wooden, but hear that? Wonder where it is. Anyway, things here have got all turned around. That's funny. That woodpecker. I can't see it though. I'm wondering where it is. Sounds like it's right here at this pole, but I don't see it. There was a woodpecker over here yesterday getting some suet. Huh. That's so funny. I can't tell if that, I can't see it up there, but it sounds, isn't that funny? I wonder if there's any plants at my other little stump. I threw a bunch of seeds in there too. I am happy to report that my blood pressure this morning was the lowest it's been any morning. I swear it sounds like it's right there. Oh, I think I see it. I believe it's on top of the pole. It's a smaller woodpecker because I saw it yesterday, or I saw one out there. But my blood pressure was 158/88, which still sounds a little high. But, I mean, I would get up in the mornings and it would be like 185/100 or something like that. So it's slowly starting to come down. I would think that medicine would start to really kick in, but it's just going real slow, you know. I think I may have to get some bird netting to put out here. So I'd have to get quite a bit of it. And also somebody said mothballs would work to keep cats out. Trying to get this grass up here. There we go. I'm gonna put some more dirt on top of this, I believe. And I talked to my brother yesterday, and looks like next Wednesday we'll be putting up the new raised bed. So looking forward to getting that started. The reason I want to get it up, won't be planting until the first week in May. But the reason I wanted to get it up is because the soil will settle. You know, it'll be full when we put it in, but then it'll settle some, and I'll probably have to put a little bit more on. But I want to give it plenty of time before it's time to plant. That cat, yeah, I think it's on top of that pole. You can't see it good, but I see its head moving around. Yeah, it's on top of that pole right there. It's a small one. I'm sure that's the one that's been eating the suet that I saw yesterday. It's a baby or something, or just a small variety of woodpecker. It's sitting there on top of it. I can't wait to get everything started. Let's sit down. Okay. These birds. Love to hear them. That's so funny. Got my coffee. Well, today's Friday, March 12th. My doctor's appointment is Monday, the 15th. Hopefully it'll come down some more even before then. Currently it's 56. High today is 65. Rain chance 70%. I think it said it's supposed to rain in about an hour and a half in the weather report. Humidity is 69%. There's no wind. Air quality is still kind of high at 67. It's moderate for pollution. That just kills me. If I can get everything together and I don't do anything else, we'll do another Kitty's Corner today. Hunter, it's a husky, will be the guest host. And Ask My Tablet, I only need 3 more questions, so y'all get me a few questions in and give me some for the next one, and should be able to do that today. Hoping to get a bigger audience, so if you haven't watched it, please check it out. I think you'll like it. Everyone that watches it really likes it. What's for dinner? I've got the name brand is Curly's barbecue thawing in there. So we're gonna have some barbecue sandwiches. I don't know if I have any more fries or not, so I think we'll just have a baked potato, like a loaded baked potato. And I got some slaw mix, and I want to try that Hidden Valley slaw dressing. I've never tried it before. It's bound to be good. Everything of theirs is good. Today's question: what is the thing you miss doing the most before COVID-19? You know, there's a lot of things I miss. You can mention more than one, but I would like to know what you miss the most, and then you can tell any other things you miss. One thing I miss is giving hugs. I love to give hugs, but can't even do that with your own family. You know, we can give each other a hug here. We live together, but can't even give my mom a hug. Sister, by the way, she's got COVID right now. My brother, you know, that bothers me. Another little airplane flying around. So that's the question. What is the thing you miss doing the most before COVID-19? And I've got a little story time today. We hadn't been married. Let's see. We probably hadn't been married a year when we lived at this little cottage. The reason we moved there is because it was close to where I worked. You know, I talked about Ride supermarkets. Uh, I worked at the main one there, and then I transferred to another one, and we got this little cottage that we rented. And by the way, I think it was like $110 a month back then, uh, probably in 1978. And I could walk from the cottage that we were renting to the supermarket that I was working at. I like this one better than the main branch. You heard me talk about the rats and stuff. That one was awful that I was working at, but this one here was a lot newer than the first one I worked at. And like I said, I could walk to work. You know, I didn't have to walk. If Joy needed the car for something, I just walked to work, and she'd either pick me up or I'd walk home. It was less than 2 miles to work from where we lived. And this place here, it was super small. You hear of tiny houses? Well, this was like a tiny cottage. I mean, it was small. You couldn't hardly turn around in the bathroom. And it had a real small shower. And everything was tiny. But we started hearing things. I mean, this place was, if there was a place haunted, then this place was, if there's such a thing. Because we would hear, and like I said, it's super small, you know, is what was weird. And but we would hear, like Joy would hear, when I wasn't there especially, she would hear walking in there, and I heard it too, but it was worse when she was alone. Also, I would hear, both of us, I mean, when we would go to bed, we would hear stuff outside the window, you know, like a scratching noise and things on the window. And there was no like bushes or, you know, anything to scratch the window, no branches or anything. It was clear around the house, but you would hear it. And it didn't take me but a second to look out the window. I mean, because like I said, I mean, to walk from one end to the other took about 30 seconds or less, probably less. So I mean, I would jump up and look out the window. Nothing would be there ever. No animal, because the window was too high, unless it was a big, you know, deer or something like that. But there wasn't. I also I got real sick there too. I got really sick, and back then was when everybody was worried about like Legionnaire's disease. So I kind of thought I had that or something, because it wasn't like the flu. It was worse. I got a fever, probably 104, and I didn't have any insurance back then or anything, you know, health insurance. So I didn't want to go to the doctor because we were pretty broke. But I had a fever for like 3 days at 102 to 104. And my parents came over because they were concerned about me. And I mean, Joy wasn't sick, I don't believe. It was just me. And I ended up, after I got better, I still have it, a white place, a gray place like a circle came up, and my hair's been gray there ever since. Just a little circle about the size of a quarter, and it's been gray ever since then. But we got to where we couldn't take it. I mean, it was a nice little place. It was perfect for just us two. You know, it was cheap and everything like that. But we saw some people out there one day. I don't know if they were visiting someone there or what, and we started talking to them, and they said they used to live there and that they heard the same sounds and things, and that's why they left. Well, after that, we just said, you know what, we can't do this anymore. I mean, we were scared to death. It was every night, you know, walking, scratching at the windows. You know, you could hear like steps outside too. And, you know, if there was like leaves or something, you could hear like crunching around. But you'd never see anybody out there, and I would check all the time. Because I wanted somebody to be out there actually, so we knew it was something explainable. But we ended up moving out of there, and sometime after that, they ended up tearing it down. They called them the dog houses. We heard that at one time, I don't know, there must have been a bigger house there, and then they had these two. There was two of them. And they said they used to keep dogs in there or something. I guess somebody had a nice house. There was some houses around there, but I don't know if it was the one that had anything to do with them. But that's what they said they called them. The people we talked to said they called them dog houses. They were like little cottages, you know. I guess somebody that was pretty well off if they had dogs in there. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they said they called them. And but that's the only, I mean, I've had a few spooky things happen other places, seeing shadows and things like that. Even here I used to see what I thought was a chihuahua. I think it looked like Pugsley that we used to have. It's buried out in the backyard here. And Joy also had a chihuahua called Dolly, and it looked just like, and it would be right in the same place where Pugsley used to sit in the hallway. He'd sit by the basement door, the door going down to the basement, and I would see a figure that looked just like it. But this here was the most craziest things happened there of any place we've ever lived, and we've lived quite a few places. If I would get a different job or something, I would move close to it and just rent, you know. But that really did scare us pretty bad. Bad enough to where we wanted to move. So that's today's story time, everybody. I didn't really get hurt except for the fact that I got really sick there. Bad sick. And it wasn't the flu. I don't know what it was, like I said. It was bad enough to make that white place on my head. And my hair's been gray ever since. You know, I was probably 18 then. So I definitely didn't have any gray hair, but I did after that. So everybody, I think that's going to be it today for Morning Coffee Break. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the story. Let me know what your answer is for the question. And later on, chances are the first thing I'll do if things don't change. I don't think we need anything. I mean, I know we really don't need much at the store, if anything. I was going to you have French fries tonight. We may get some fries. I'm not for sure. I'm going to see if I have any more. But I think, you know, I'd like to have maybe a baked potato, though. I'll talk to Joy about it and see. But anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's Morning Coffee Break. Please press that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you later on. God bless.